Morning, guys. I am driving, so I'm not going to be looking at the camera while I'm driving, but what's interesting this morning is I am on my way to meet my sister for coffee and breakfast, and it brought me to thinking about something. It's like a stained coffee pot. Stained coffee pots can be quite the chore to get clean, and you really want to be careful, because if you put your hand in there and you try to scrub a little bit too hard, the glass of a coffee pot isn't that thick and it could shatter, and you are risking severely cutting your hand, which would mean a trip to the emergency room. And you don't want to go to the emergency room with this massive cut and have to have stitches. That's no fun. All over a coffee pot. It's not worth it. So, here's a little tip and trick. Okay. I learned this when I worked for a restaurant years and years ago. And I was like, what? And it really works. Take a room temperature coffee pot, okay, and put some ice chips in it, a good amount of ice chips, and then swirl the ice chips around the coffee pot. Go in a pretty good speed with your coffee pot so that the ice cubes are almost like a I can't even think of the word that can't think of the word. All right, so that the ice chips are covering the whole interior of the coffee pot, not just on the bottom. You're giving it a really good swirl so that the force is actually pushing up the ice chips to cover a good majority of your coffee pot. Now, what this is going to end up doing is freezing and crystallizing the coffee stain on the inside of your coffee pot. Okay? So, once you've done that, dump the ice chips and then add a little bit of cold water to your pot. You do not want to add really warm or hot water to your coffee pot, because at this point your coffee pot is freezing cold, and it's just going to shatter if you add hot water to it. So add a little bit of cold water to it, and a drop of Dawn dish detergent, and then with a sponge just gently wash the inside of your coffee pot, and you will notice that stain is just coming right off. Once you've washed it again, add a little bit more cold water. You can kind of make it tepid, a little bit warmer than cold, kind of warm up your coffee pot a little bit. And wash it again one more time with no need to add any more dish detergent, just with the sponge that you have. You give it a good wash again, gently, and then rinse it out with tepid water. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. There was a car that stopped in front of me, and I needed both hands for a moment. Okay, so give a good rinse with tepid water, and watch it be sparkling crystal clear, just like the day that you bought it. Ice cubes. If you didn't know this already, it's a good tip to have. No more scrubbing and taking a risk on breaking that coffee pot. That is your tip of the day while I am on my way to go have coffee. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye.